moving on to the Eastern Conference. It's a different tale. It's a tale of not parity but woe over here with us in the East, because spoiler alert, the end of this conversation is going to be, well, the Celtics are still going to beat them. Well, the Celtics are still going to beat them. Well, the Celtics are still going to beat them. So that's, basically what the spoiler alert is going to be for when we come down the tracks on the Eastern Conference. But I am going to still talk about the not even one seed Celtics at the end, and we'll start with the number one seed Cleveland Cavaliers versus either, wish it was our matchup, dream matchup, Hawks, the Bulls, or the Heat. Is that actually decided? Does anybody know?
Yes, breaking news. So Miami won against Chicago 109-90. So they move on to face Atlanta Friday night.
Wow. Saw that coming, and just so you guys know, would have predicted that had we gotten to the conversation in time.
Yeah, Herro had 38.
I was gonna mention Tyler Herro too. God damn it! Fuck. I swear, I had a whole thing about how he has like a teardrop shot, like Derek White. Everybody's copying his style. That's like the new thing with guards now. Everybody can shoot the floater. Anyway, whatever. Tyler
Remember
Herro
when Ray
off.
told us about that floater? We didn't believe him about it.
Yes. Yeah. Do you feel like he does it less this year? I feel like he does it less.
Well, I mean, when you make 253s,
yeah,
in a year,
they all like no. He's like, he does it less because we're not allowed near the fucking hoop.
Yeah, that changes your shot selection. But I think that if he need to call up on it, he can.
Yeah.
It's just his shot profile had to change because of how their team dynamic is now. So
yeah, that's for sure true. We'll talk about that.
I will always, and we should always take the victory lap on we way ahead of a lot of people was upset about that, but he's nothing short of amazing.
Once he cut that hair,
he
cut that hair, it was a different Derek White.
It was next level. He really came into his own. It was a confidence thing, I think. But anyway, this is great. So far, the Cavaliers versus whoever they're playing, either the Heat or the Hawks, has been about the Celtics. So we love that. That's how you shit on your Eastern Conference rivals. If you're the Cavs, who do you want to win? The Hawks or the Heat? And why is it the Hawks? For all the same reason we wanted the Hawks. And Ray and I discussed this a couple weeks ago on a basketball podcast. How annoying, bury the lead here, but how annoying it's going to be to play the Orlando Magic over the course of, even if we win in 4 or 5, it's going to be really annoying to play them guys. Like, it's going to be so aggravating. I would have taken the Hawks every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And so should the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mike, will you explain to the viewers at home, and if you're watching this on YouTube, or listeners at home, if we're plugged into your ear holes, why that would be? What is going to happen in this Heat Hawks series, and then what is going to happen in the Cavs Heat series? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, like you'd rather play, if you're the Cavs, you'd rather play the Hawks, because once you eliminate Trae Young, it's over. Like that there's just no hope of that team beating you. And also, Trae Young might eliminate himself like he did last night. And just get 2 fucking useless technical fouls by taunting a referee meltdown for just because you're getting blown out. That's literally why you did that. So I mean, to steal Ray's point, like, he's a mental midget, and that team is chock full of them.
I was gonna call him a bitch.
Multiple guards, just like shit. multiple talented guards. Just like taunting the referees in different ways. We were talking about Ja Morant taunting the referees by doing those celebrations still because he knows he's going to get punished for it. Talking about taunting a referee literally to his face. Like, right. What do you think is going to happen? This is a big game. What are you doing? Very aggravating, and really, I really plummeted his stock for me, to be honest.
Well, you just don't want to play the Heat strictly because Spoelstra is a good coach, and any given day he could coach up his team. That's gritty. So if I'm the Cavs, give me the Hawks, because then it's Cavs in 4. In reality, they should not give up a game to the Hawks.
Bobby, I was going to talk about Tyler Herro tonight, how he added the floater, how it was a la Derek White. I bet a bunch of his points were floaters tonight, but we were recording, so I didn't see it. He's obviously still a commanding shooter. I don't think that the Heat become anything like more than like what we've seen, especially a Jimmy-less Heat. But Bam looked like Bam. Tyler Herro's starting to look like Tyler Herro. They're getting hot right at the right time. They're doing all the Miami Heat stuff, Bob. So to Mike's point, you don't want to see the Miami Heat if you're either the Atlanta Hawks, because I don't know what the fuck you guys are going to do, but you definitely don't want to see them if you're Cleveland, right? Like this could have 1-seed upset written all over it. We know what it is to be the best team in the East and have to go play the Miami Heat, right? Or is that just a Celtics problem?
That's a Celtics problem, I think. And I don't know. You have to remember that was a different Miami Heat team. Even though they were underachieving in past years with Jimmy Butler, that was a completely different Miami Heat team. Even it was a completely different.
I did hedge with that. I did say it's a Jimmy-less team, like.
And it's a different Bam this year too. I know Bam looked good in the playing game, but it's a different Bam this year too. He hasn't looked great since the Olympics, and I just think it doesn't matter who comes out of that play-in. The Cavs are going to get right in this first round series. I think they sweep whoever comes out.
Yeah, I thought usually you meet me on my wishful thinking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not this time.
Damn. That's why I went to you first. Mike, sorry, Ray, let me go to Ray on this because I saw his face light up at one point. Ray, do you think that there's any credibility to what I'm saying, or am I just hoping for a more exciting next two games in this area of seeding?
I mean, it's probably a mix of both, but I mean, I think we all are looking for that as just fans of basketball in general. I do think that Miami wins Friday night and they beat Atlanta, so Atlanta gets knocked out the playoffs. I just, once again, and actually, to your point about Miami playing better, they really didn't end the season that well. They had lost, I think, 4 out of the last 5 or 6, something like that. So, but you knew tonight that they would become prepared and be ready. Wiggins had a good shot. I think Wiggins had 20 for them tonight. Jaime Jaquez didn't play much for them tonight, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got hurt. I didn't see it, but
I like him. That is weird.
Wiggins, you got Slow-Mo, aka Kyle Anderson. So they still have some pieces that, like you said, are going to be scrappy and going to play hard. So they're always going to be a tough out. Once again, if Atlanta did win Friday night, or if they do win Friday, they have some guys that, so, you got Trae. It starts with him, obviously. Onyeka Okongwu has taken a big leap for them this year. So I think he could give Jared Allen and Mobley some fits because of how he plays around the rim. Dyson Daniels is a really good defender. They got him in the DeJounte Murray trade. And you got Jalen Johnson, who they extended him off his rookie deal, so he's someone that's going to be a big part of their core. So they have guys that I think are a couple years away from being even better, but they'd be severely outmatched overall playing against Cleveland if they do move on to play them. At most, they'd get a game, but it'd be a very easy series for Cleveland, regardless of who they face, in my opinion, because they've been that good all year.
Fair. A very sober and fair assessment, I think, of the entire situation. Michael, what happens in the first series? What happens in the second series? Wrap up that whole Cleveland, Miami, and Atlanta situation for me. Tell me a story.
Yeah. All right. So if Miami beats Atlanta, obviously, which I think we all think is going to happen, I think that I think the Cavs beat them in 5 or 6. If you had a gun to my head, I'd probably say 5. I think the only time that the Cavs, in my opinion, would face a 7-game series is when they play us. But I think Spoelstra is just too good of a coach to lose to an Atlanta Hawks team. I think that they're gritty, but when they match up against the Cavs, it's just going to prove to be too much. Like, the Cavs loaded up in the offseason to make sure they could beat us or contend with us at the very least. I think that's the only thing that's on their mind. But if there was one team or one coach that could pull off the 8-1 upset, like it's probably Spo at this point.
Wow, thank you so much. As I always say on this show, all I need is one mic to just tell me that it's possible, and now I believe. All I need is one mic, and I'm going with you. I'm doing my prediction right now. 2 series in a row, Heat in 5, Heat in 7. You heard it here first, folks. Heat in 7 against the Cavs. It's going to happen. Watch them crumble. Watch them crumble before us, because that is the worst thing that could happen to the Celtics. So I predict it does happen, and that's actually a pessimistic outlook from my point of view. Ray, what's your prediction for those 2 series in a row?
Feels so good. No, like I said, I think Miami beats Atlanta Friday night, and then if they face Cleveland should beat them in 5. Like, it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be much of a series. Once again, just like last year with us, like they're going to get hot for a game, like they did. Like that's just going to happen. and that would be the game they steal. But like I said, Cleveland has too many weapons, and they have guys that could defend multiple positions, and that's the era that we live in, basketball wise. So whatever series happens, regardless, Atlanta or Cleveland, Atlanta or Miami, Cleveland should win in 5.
And sorry, before you go to Bobby, like Miami is going to win game 2 against Cleveland. It won't be game 1. It'll be game 2 because Spo will make those adjustments, and then it's just going to be too much against too little at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right. Bob.
I think Cavs in 5. The one thing is the Cavs do need to start
Cavs
hitting
in
their
7.
threes. No, Cavs in 5.
Hey, remember
Cavs
the Suns in 7 guy? Remember that dude?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The Suns in 7 dude. He like fucked that guy up, and he was like Suns in 7. That was epic. That was a meme we should have kept as long as we kept Hawk Tua, but we only kept him for like a second. Like but we kept Hawk Tua for way too long. I know we've thrown it away now, but
Did
anyway,
the Suns win that
fair.
series? I don't remember.
They did.
They did?
They did, and then they lost in the next round. Yeah, that's why the Suns couldn't keep it up. It was really the Suns' fault. It was really the Suns' fault, not that guy's fault. That guy was awesome, but he'll forever be known for being awesome on the internet. Didn't know they made him like that in Phoenix.